It's showtime again, Generals.
Yep, and just 8 days into school and HHS is starting to get busy.
Coming up on today's show, we'll tell you all about some new classes that are being offered this semester.
And if you're interested in clubbing, we got you covered with all the info you'll need before signing up for any of our school clubs.
And in sports, the cross-country team is knocking on the door of their season opening meet. We'll give you a quick season preview.
Stick around. We'll have these stories plus a whole lot more on the 5-Star News next.
And welcome into yet another edition of the 5-Star News. I'm Preston McDade, joined by my partner in crime for today, Neely Bailey. And we're here to keep you up to date on all your latest Generals news.
And we'll start you up with our newest announcement segment. We are calling it What's Up Heritage, and it's brought to you by 5-Star News reporters Alex Potosan and Nathan Holliday. Listen up, you might learn something.
What's up, Heritage? I'm Alex Potosan, and we've got some announcements for you today. Freshmen, if you're interested in becoming a class officer or student government representative, please see Ms. Petty's or Ms. Land for more information. All students, if you're interested in wrestling, there's going to be a meeting in the weight room on Thursday, first half of lunch. And juniors, there's going to be a class ring ceremony Wednesday at 8:30 in the cafeteria. Go get your rings. I'll hand it over to Nathan for the forecast.
Thanks, Alex. We've got a hot one this week. Here's your 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, guys, as always, for keeping us all in the know.
On to the news now. As the school year takes place here at Heritage, we thought it would be a good idea to fill you in on some of the new classes that are starting up this year.
For freshmen, we have a new mandatory class called From Here to Career. We also have a new writing class geared for students interested in writing for film that will be starting in the spring. And, well, we're not going to tell you all of them. Let's let 5-Star News reporters Cooper Terry and Kayla Cummey fill you in on the rest.
So we have a new class here at Heritage this year. It's called From Here to Career. It's a required class for all 9th graders or anyone who needs it that didn't have intro to digital technology. It's replacing that class. That class still exists, though. It leads into the pathway for computer programming. And if you're interested in computer programming, definitely sign up for intro to digital technology. This class is Here to Career class. It's to help students to determine, what's going to be the best pathway for them for their career. It helps them examine things that they're interested in and helps them develop skills that they need for the workplace. These are things that have been identified by employers, and so we're trying to prepare students for life. And so this class is really focusing on that. Also, in the future, there's going to be a new career school in Catoosa County, which is going to have a lot of opportunities for students. So this is going to help students prepare for that, the opening of that in a few years. So this class, though, it should be pretty interesting, and students should be interested in it because really the whole class is all about them, and it's to help them specifically.
I'm Ms. Zip, and I teach AP Government and Politics. For years it was taught by Ms. Lane, who went on to retire and is right now, as I speak, sitting by the pool having a really good time. But no, I'm not bitter or jealous at all. AP Government has undergone a redesign, but in essence it's still the same class where we learn and talk about not only current events and politics, but about the government, the Constitution, and how it works.
Some pretty cool classes out there for everyone.
I wanted to hear more about the new writing class for film, but I guess I'll have to wait for the spring semester.
Well, if it has anything to do with writing, you probably won't be interested, Preston.
That's so not cool, Neely. I thought we were a team here.
Well, speaking of a team that actually works well together, you might want to go down to the Media Center.
Yes, that's where our very own Media Center specialist, Chris Douglas, and Rhonda Sixto work together to create the best library in the state.
Yep, I have to say we're pretty spoiled here at Heritage.
And after a busy first week of getting the Media Center up and running, it's now officially open for students to check out books, study, or even play video games.
Anything else? Let's find more in this report from Preston, Cade Collins, and Jalen Hood.
Welcome to the Media Center. This year we have a lot of exciting things going on in the Media Center, obviously the hub of Heritage High School. Library opens today for lunchtime, so if you have any work you need to do, anything you need to get accomplished, any computer work you need to do, if you have any questions, or if you want to check out a book, feel free, come on by the Media Center at lunch. And obviously, it's available throughout the day, too, for classes, or if you're done in class with something and you want to come to the library and do a little research or get a little quiet time away from class, if your teacher allows you, obviously the Media Center is available to you also. Of course, we will also do virtual reality, probably do those on Friday. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to come by the Media Center, talk to me.
So the library opened up today. I'm pretty excited to check out the VR. The charging stations are pretty cool. And it's always good to go in there and study if you have nothing to do during lunch.
Book Club, Miss Sixto, she'll be getting that going here really soon. A lot of great authors coming in this year. So if you want to get involved in Book Club, meet new authors, meet some famous authors, get involved in Book Club. So we're excited about what's going on here at Heritage High School, what's going on in the Media Center. If you have questions, if you have any issues with your Chromebook, any issues with your login, feel free, come on down, come see us. Let's get you working and enjoy your year at Heritage High School.
Good stuff there from Mr. Douglas. Don't you just feel a ton smarter just listening to him for a couple of minutes?
Sure do. He's definitely the man.
Now on to some club information for you on this Tuesday.
Okay, cool. I hear HHS will be having a special club fair in the next couple of weeks.
A time for students to see what kind of clubs the school has to offer.
Well, we here at the show got out in front of that a little bit for you today as we dispatched reporters Zach Locke, Cameron Smith, and CJ King out into the hallways to find out about Heritage's hip clubs.
What did they find out? Roll the story.
Yes, well, it's kind of, what it is badminton and ping pong combined. So we call it the ping mitten. So I think the fair is coming up August 28th, and so we will probably start the first week in September, and we will have this every other week. It won't be every week, but it will be every other week at lunch. So come down to the main gym, and we'll have everything set up, ping pong tables, badminton nets, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll start the probably first week of September.
Well, the History Club was established last year by Miss Lane and I for students who are interested in pursuing history beyond the classroom. And we had a few activities. We didn't start till the spring, so we didn't do a lot, but we are growing this year to include some field trips, hopefully to go to Atlanta to the Carter Center, up to the Biltmore, maybe down to Birmingham to the Civil Rights Museum. It's just a place for students who like history, nerds that we are, to come together and have some great discussion.
I am the lead FCA sponsor here at Heritage High School. We've also got Coach Ledbetter, Coach Wynn, and Coach Charette that help us out with FCA. We've got a fine leadership team working together this summer to get some plans laid for our FCA meetings this year. We want to revitalize and revamp it for this coming year, 2019-2020. We will have a table set up at the club fair. We'd love for you guys to come around.
Well, that was a ton of information in our first block of the show.
Indeed it was. A lot going on. And after the commercial break, 5-star sports anchors Jackson Martin and Luke Bussey will join us for a quick update on all of your latest sports action.
And we'll talk to some freshmen to see how they're adjusting after their first week of high school. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next.
Hello everyone and welcome into this Tuesday edition of Sports. I'm Jackson Martin.
And I'm Luke Bussey, and we have a lot to get to today, Jackson, so buckle up and let's go.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it. And we'll start you off with our reigning state champion girls softball team.
Yep, they were down in Dalton competing at a tournament at Heritage Point this weekend.
The Generals played 4 games, all against some pretty tough competition, and they finished 3-1.
Here's 5-star sports reporters Brady Hawkins and Chase Graham with more details in this report.
We had this weekend's Dalton tournament, went 3-1. Really, we played 4 great games. We lost the last game to Calhoun on a 2-run walk-off, and that was our only loss. However, I really took away a positive out of that. Our girls fought. They played hard. We dominated pretty much the entire game up until the bottom of the 6th, and they tied, 2-2. So, we had a lot of quality at bats. We had a lot of things that we needed to get better on.
I think we are getting better as a team. We're working more together and we're doing communication better. And I think this year will be a lot better than it was.
Girls that had good weekends, Bailey Davis had a really good weekend for us. They kind of set the table for the top of our order. If we can have girls in the middle of our order that can drive in runs, that's something that we need because our girls at the top kind of set that table and they get on base. Riley, Zoe, Bailey up at the top do a great job. And then Carmen, Bailey Davis, Rachel, all driving our runs. We got to have our bottom of our lineup produce a little bit more. They did this weekend, and that kind of resulted in our offense kind of picking up and exploding a little bit more. So, we just got to get better every single day and find our identity as a team, and, we'll be okay.
Congrats, ladies, on a great weekend. The girls were back in action last night over at LFO, but fell to the Warriors with a score of 7-1. The loss puts the Generals to a 5-3 on the season.
To cross country now, and Coach Wynn's boys and girls have been working hard getting ready for this year's season.
Yes, and I know from experience practicing this heat is tough.
But our guys and girls keep on keeping on, and we talked to Coach Wynn and a few of his runners yesterday to get a preview of their season.
Well, my name's Coach Wynn. I coach cross country. This is about my 10th year coaching. And this year, my expectations are for my kids to grow as individuals, to understand the benefit of hard work and working together as a team to accomplish things. That's ultimately what I'm after. Well, at the region level, usually Northwest is kind of the team that we have to watch out for. Well, we have captains on the team. Our girls' captain is Allison Kraft. Allison, she leads by example in the sense that she's the hardest worker we have on the team.
My expectations for our girls' team this year is to place in region and make it to state. I also want our team to become closer together. Individually, the #1 girl for Gilmer, I'd say, is probably my biggest competition in the region.
And our boys' captain is Luke Shackelford. Gavin Chandler, he's our fastest boy, again, just a super hard worker, but also even as a 10th grader, he just shows tremendous leadership ability, and I think the kids look up to him.
Cross country, I'd like to win regions and come in top 10 in state this year. Biggest competition this year would be Seth White from Pickens. He's pretty fast, and I definitely have to beat him this year.
Good luck in your first meet this weekend.
On to volleyball now, and Coach Cooper's team was down at Coosa High School this past weekend competing in the Coosa Invitational Tournament.
The girls played well and finished 5-2 on the day. Here's 5-star sports reporter Morgan Trotter with a look back at the tourney.
So we played at the Coosa Invitational Tournament this weekend, and it was really our first test of the season. We've played a couple games already, but we haven't had these long days of a lot of competition, so it gave us an opportunity to try different rotations, to try different things. And some of the things that went well is I think that we kind of fought throughout the entire day. A lot of the girls just kept pushing themselves and their teammates, and we were successful on some of the things like that we've been working on in practice. So this coming week we have our first home game, and that's always exciting. I think the girls are always really excited to go out there and play on their home court, so that's definitely something to look forward to and have our home crowd here. And then we will travel to North Murray where we'll get to play a region opponent in Southeast, so it'll be a good opportunity for us to see what we might need to do when we play them when it counts for region standing.
I think we did really good on communicating throughout the whole time, and if we needed to finish a rally, we always got the final point. But I think we need to work on serving and then getting our passes off the net. I'm excited for my first home game as a senior because we'll have all of our supporters from Heritage to come watch, and we'll have a good competition.
Thanks, guys, for sports. And now back to the news for one more story.
And we are now in a week onto the school year, and we wanted to check in our freshmen.
How did they do last week? Were they able to find all their classes? You know the types of things we're all worried about when we came from middle school.
Well, hopefully everything went well. To find out, here's 5-star news reporters Jeffrey Miner and Matthew Swanson.
It was a great experience. I've had a good time, and I'm enjoying my classes a lot.
It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Classes are long.
Overall, it's been pretty good, and I did have to change one of my classes because I forgot to put it in Infinite Campus, but overall I really do like the high school more than the middle school.
Definitely the lunch, and the classes are a little bit longer.
I mean, for one, it's a lot bigger. Also, since there's more than just 3 long hallways, we're not just packed into each hallway like sardines.
Definitely the lunch schedule, like the classes being longer and only having 4 classes.
I mean, I was actually expecting just more classes. I didn't actually realize there would only be 2 per semester. I thought I'd have to be juggling all 4 every time, all year.
I expected it to be like a lot longer than I thought and like a lot harder, but it's really easy.
Yes, I had to change my to this digital technology class, and I also changed to graphic design.
I mean, my mom wants me to take dual enrollment, so I'll have to deal with that next year, or maybe the next year after that.
Definitely, it's going to get more difficult as it goes, and it's going to be a great experience.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Tuesday's edition of the 5-Star News.
Yep, we made it through our second show.
Well, we did, but I think Coach Green might have lost a few more hairs.
He can't afford to lose too many more.
You got that right. Hopefully Thursday's show will be less stressful. But until then,
Stay classy, Heritage.